Citizens, and welcome back to the verse. And I am in my cutter, not the Cutter Scout. I'm going to get into that, but I'd just like to quickly talk about CitizenCon. CitizenCon ended yesterday, and I watched the entirety of day one and most of day two, but there's quite a bit for me to process and to go through, and a few more videos for me to watch because it is all up on Twitch. I am absolutely certain that CIG is going to be putting out their sections as individual sections on YouTube a little bit later, but I haven't done that yet. Just thought I would try to find some VAR masks, although the spawn rate of VAR masks is abysmal. Even hopping around on servers, I think I've opened about 1,000 crates, and I haven't really found many, a couple bears, and that's about it. Why is this? There we go. There's a box here. We'll look at this. So I'm not going to talk too much about CitizenCon here, although I will briefly mention a couple things, including... what do we have here? Nothing. Including talk about 2 new ships that have come out. First, I'm going to talk about the RSI Zeus. It's out. Feel free to look at that. Honestly, it sounded kind of exciting, and the fact that, I mean, right now, I don't think potentially it's correct, but maybe it's got as much cargo as it says. Well, there's a Corsair hanging out over there. I think the Zeus is a cool looking ship, but it's just not for me. And what really sold it on me for not wanting to get it, at least not outside of the game, besides the price, because you know I don't like spending massive amounts of money on every ship that comes out. The white box. I saw the white box, and it just, to me, it just wasn't really something I wanted. I already have ships that I kind of feel fit that role without really, you know, taking anything extra out of the Zeus. So there wasn't really any reason for me to get the Zeus, but they did introduce a new cutter, and as exciting as that was, I kind of have an idea right now of should you buy the cutter or should you buy the Scout, the cutter variant, the Scout variant of the cutter. Which one's better? Which one should you buy? Should you buy both? So currently, if you do not have Star Citizen, they came out with two starter packs currently available right now. One is the Super Spooky starter pack, which I mentioned in a previous video. It is the $45 cutter with the green paint, 10-year insurance, I believe, on that ship. Insurance really doesn't matter, especially not at this moment, but in the future, it's not going to be a big deal. And by the time this game comes out, 10 years after that, you're going to get plenty of use out of a $45 ship before you even have to consider worrying about insurance on it. They also had the Nomad CitizenCon 2953 starter pack, and I think that was 75, maybe a little more, 75.25, I think it was. Comes with a Nomad and like the Armitex gear pack, and I believe that has also 10-year insurance on it, and I do not think I would get that. If you are looking to get Star Citizen right now, you want to get into it, and I did say maybe wait and see if there's anything coming out with CitizenCon. Now's the time. That answer has been given. There is really no great deal with CitizenCon. The Nomad starter pack, I mean, $71. Nomad is pretty solid, but what you get for $45 with the cutter pack, I still think, to get into it and to learn, to spend as little as possible to enjoy the game, get that Super Spooky starter pack. It is awesome. I mean, you get the cutter, and you get the game package, and if you're getting it before October 30th and you use referral code, I do have a referral code on the screen, I do have a link in the description below, using that referral code will also get you a free hover quad, which can fit into the cutter. It's a little bit janky if you don't land it correctly, but it fits in there. But more importantly, that hover quad is normally a $30 ship, and it is a bound to your account lifetime insurance token. So you could, if you want to get the cutter and the Cutter Scout, get yourself the Super Spooky starter pack for $45, and it's got a 10-year insurance on it, and then upgrade this $30 hover quad you get For $15, you can upgrade that to the Scout, and you're going to get a Scout with lifetime insurance on it. The Scout already does have lifetime insurance, but you're going to just be able to save yourself some money on that. Now, the drawbacks of the referral bonus is it's not meltable and it's not giftable. But if you have a ship you want to upgrade, and if you decide maybe I don't want the Scout and I want to upgrade something else, you can always upgrade further along. But what a great deal! If you're looking to get into the verse, get yourself right now the super spooky starter pack that is on the RSI website until the 30th. Make sure you use a referral code, and after the 30th, you will get your referral hovercraft added to your account. So it's going to be pretty awesome to have that. Now, getting back into what I think about the Scout and the Cutter, I don't have a Scout because I have the Cutter and I love the Cutter. And I could spend $5 and upgrade this to the Scout, but I don't really know if I'm going to. I haven't really decided yet. I think if you do not have one, maybe look at getting one, but get the game package that I just talked about. That's a much better deal. The big difference is you're losing some cargo. So you can see I have 2 SU of cargo space here. So I put them here, and I can put 2 on top. So that's a total of 4. The Scout only has 2, so I'm guessing they're going to stack like this. The back wall, I think, has been moved in order to give you a little more space for a scanning suite somewhere in here. So I'll have to check that out. If I can get access to a Scout, I'm going to kind of check it out and give it a little bit of review. And who knows? I mean, it's $45 right now. I might pick one up because it's such a cool little ship. What I really love about this ship is the range. When you're flying the ship, if I go into the pilot seat here, I'm going to go into here, and I'm going to just set my route and show you something. So Pyro, and they did show a lot of cool stuff about Pyro and CitizenCon, is bigger. The distances between locations is much larger in Pyro than it here. So if we're looking here, we're going to travel from where we are in Stanton here. We're going to go over to Microtech. Right now, we're looking at about 38.5 million kilometers. If I set my route here, you can see here it's using 226 out of my 1,400 fuel. Not much fuel at all. I could be traveling there and back a bunch of times. In Pyro, the distance you travel are much farther. Eventually, we're going to be able to go to this gate here and head to Pyro. And just the fact that the cutters can travel so far without refueling is going to make them awesome for a starter ship in the verse. So that's why I think both of them. Now, the big difference between the cutter and the Cutter Scout is not only the smaller amount of cargo in the Scout, and to be fair, any ship carrying cargo, the difference between 2 and 4 isn't massive. You're not going to be running cargo. You're not going to be really making a lot of money running cargo on the ship. And if you are, you can just jam pack more boxes in. They don't have to be locked to the grid. But instead of a size small radar with the newer scanning and radar, how it's going to work, it's going to have a medium scanner. So it's going to be better for finding things that you're looking for, and that's its main role. Also, a medium cooler. So if you have energy weapons, that's going to help you as opposed to a small size cooler on this. So those are the big changes I saw. I don't think there's any difference between the shields or the power plants. I could be wrong on that. They're all in here. So when you are in your Scout later, these are all your different components here. You can see, you can access to them. You can swap them out. So if you're doing some salvage and you find another medium cooler, you can jam the cooler into where it needs to go. That is shields, but the cooler is right here. There's our cooler. They're all labeled, makes it very easy. It's going to be more components in the future. The radar ones don't exist, and the gravity generators don't exist. More storage over here for putting things in. I think this is cool. The Scout is cool. The Cutter is cool. Honestly, it depends on your play style. If you want to do a little more combat or you want to do a little more exploring, definitely get the Scout. If you are looking to get yourself a starter ship and just get into the verse, the sale's going to be on for at least a couple weeks. Why not get yourself the game package, the super spooky? It also comes with a cool green paint, and you're going to have yourself this little ship, which is great and allows you to do things like this. So I've been looking for those VAR masks. If I don't find any here, what I can do is I can lay down, I can log out, and I can log into another server, and I can try again. So that is it. Just a quick look at these 2 ships and the packages available. Hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully I'm going to see you soon in the verse. Thank you everyone for watching. I'm going to switch to an EU server and see if I can find more masks. Goodbye everybody.